What if I told you that the life that you're living right now is being built by the choices that you don't even realize you're making? Not the huge life decisions, but the tiny ones. The decision to complain or to be grateful. The decision to react or to respond. The decision to hold on to yesterday or create something totally new today. If you've watched my last 2 vibe check videos, we talked about accountability and what happens once you become aware. Today, we're answering the biggest question of all. How do you actually change?
Dude, it is a vibe here, man. It's a total vibe.
Check your energy first. Welcome back to the weekly vibe check. If you're new here, I am Maya Lee. I am a certified spiritual life coach, and I am a director and educator in early childhood. Each week, we've been exploring practical ways to align your mind, your body, and your spirit, all while growing closer to God. And in this week's episode, it's all about giving you a process that you can actually use. Because inspiration is beautiful. It's wonderful. But transformation happens through application. I used to think change was like some big breakthrough or, a huge awakening or something like that. And then one day, I would wake up totally different. But that's not what happens. That's not what happens at all. I came to the realization that that's just not how it works. And I began to make tiny decisions differently. Like I stopped participating in unnecessary drama. I stopped letting someone else's mood become my mood. I began to choose peace instead of trying to prove a point. I started to choose curiosity instead of just assuming the worst off the top. And little by little, my environment started to feel different. Not because everyone else changed. I wasn't able to change everyone else, but I was able to change what was going on with me. I changed. And that's when I realized something. Every choice is planting a seed. And eventually, those seeds become your reality. So I came up with this method, right? I wanted to leave you with something very easy and practical to remember whenever you're going through a shift or a change in your life. And it's called the VIBE methods. V, verify, pause, okay? Just pause. Ask yourself, what am I actually feeling? What story am I telling myself? Is that story true? Or is it just fear talking? Because what it does is it brings you into a state of awareness. And awareness is powerful because what it does is it shines a flashlight into areas that we've been operating in autopilot. Speaking of autopilot, it'll bring me to I, which is interrupt. And this might be the hardest step for a lot of people. I think most people. It'll be the hardest step because we want to interrupt the old pattern, right? You want to interrupt the old pattern. Instead of always reacting immediately, you want to, again, pause. Let me tell you something. A lot of times, crazy reactions and crazy outbursts and stuff like that come from whenever you don't have the ability to pause. Like when you just jump into conclusions or jumping into something. We need to chill, man. You just chill, you pause, you breathe, right? You take a deep breath, you pray, you go outside if you can. If you can't, drink some water, hydrate, okay? We don't want to overreact. You play your favorite worship song, maybe your favorite song, instrumental. I love instrumentals. I'm an instrumental type of chick. Hans Zimmer, I don't know if you ever heard of him, but he's a famous composer. Yeah, do something like that, right? Because you got to do something that reminds your mind and your body that you have another option as opposed to just reacting to something or continuously moving in autopilot, right? Because we have a tendency to do that. We'll just fall into old habits, right? I'll use this as an example. Okay. You walk in on a conversation and they're gossiping. It's heavy gossip, right? Ooh, I heard they did. Ooh, you heard you got the tea. Instead of engaging, that's when you turn around. You pause, take a breath, turn around, walk away, go somewhere else, go drink some water, go outside, go pray, go do something other than engaging in the conversation. It's just a small example. That is where your free will, which we have all been blessed with, thank the Lord. We've been blessed with free will, and free will is our ability to choose whatever we want to do. That free will is literally your choice, and your free will becomes powerful. It is using your free will with intention, and because you don't get to control what happens, but you do get to control how you respond. That is your responsibility. The next step is B, becoming. Now ask yourself, who am I becoming? Not what would the old version of me do? You want to say, who is God inviting me to become today? Not to become in general, right? But just for today. It's just being more aware of the present, what's going on right now in this moment. And who is God wanting me? How is God wanting me to show up at work today? How is God wanting me to interact with others today? Who is God inviting me to become today? Is it someone peaceful? Is it someone that's joyful? Someone that's courageous? Someone that's bubbly? I'm that bubbly black girl, okay? I'm sorry. That's just me. Some people might look at me and be like, "Ooh, she's so extra. Ooh, she be doing too much." Look. I can't control my bubbliness. Is bubbliness a word? Bubbliness. I know a lot of people who are bubbly. And I know a lot of people that don't like bubbly people. But you know what? I don't care what you don't like. I'm a bubbly bee. I'm not going to curse. I'm not going to say the curse word, but I'm bubbly. Okay? And I used to not be bubbly. Anybody who knew me when I was in high school, up until young adult, even a little at my big age, I've had moments where I'm not so bubbly, and I've learned to really self-regulate and dive deep emotionally into learning who I am. And it was making those small choices. It was being able to take a step back and look deep within myself and understand why I would react and respond to things the way that I was responding to them. Is understanding my emotions and my triggers and why my triggers are there in the first place. Is learning more about myself. Because you are always one decision from that version of yourself. Always. It's about the little choices. So I'm encouraging you to make little choices and become those little choices, which will bring me to E, embody. Embody it. For a long time, I always wanted to, because I love fairies. I love anything like majestic and magical and whimsical and things like that. And I love to make people happy, and I would love for people to smile. I want everybody to feel the way that I feel. And I can't control that, but I can control how I show up. I always want somebody to feel safe with me. I want people to know that, Oh, because at school they call me Miss Kim. Miss Kim is a safe haven. I can go talk to Miss Kim and Miss Kim is okay. I could hug on her. I could give her a fist bump or high five or whatever, Like, I want to be people's safe space. So I embody that. I embody the ability to be a safe haven for people to connect with me. We have to live it. You have to embody it again and again and again, because your identity isn't built on just one amazing day. It's built through repetition. It is built through repetition. That it is so important, because you become what you consistently practice. So embody it. Embody it by repeatedly doing it again and again and again. And again and again and again. So when I read about Jesus, I notice something incredible. Every time I open my Bible and I read, I read something that I might have missed or overlooked, or maybe I see it differently now that I am the way that I am now. It's like the Bible has continuously evolved with me and my being, right? Which is so beautiful. It's just so incredibly beautiful, right? And I always notice something. Jesus wasn't constantly reacting to the chaos around him. Jesus responded always with intention. Every time Jesus would respond, it was with intention. Whether people praised him or whether they criticized him or even misunderstood him, Jesus didn't care. Jesus always responded with intention. He always remained rooted in love and in wisdom and purpose. It reminds me of the like this whole series that I've been doing, like this whole, because I guess it's a series now. The weekly vibe checks have went on for probably maybe almost a good month now. So I guess I would call it a series, but I always go back to Romans 12:2. I always go back to Romans 12:2. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Notice it said transformed. Transformation is a process. Every intentional thought, every loving response, every single act of forgiveness, every moment of you choosing faith over fear is renewing your mind. It's the little steps. It's the little choices, right? So here's your vibe check for the week. Don't try to change your entire life. Please don't do it. Don't do it. Look, I'm telling you this from experience, right? Because trying to change your entire life in a matter of a week is just like trying to shift an entire diet, right? Or eating lifestyle. Trust me, I know. I've been there, okay? There are times when you think that, oh, if I just throw away all the old stuff and stop doing this and stop doing that. When you're doing a diet, you go through the pantry and the refrigerator and you throw away all the bad foods, right? And then by the end of the week, you at some drive-through doing some stuff you ain't got no business over there because you don't have no more of your snacks in the house. You deprived yourself. I'm just saying, I know it's from experience. So I'm telling you, don't try to change your life in a week. Give it some time. It takes time. Just change your next choice. Just your next choice. Just dipping the toe in the water. That's it. Just your next choice. That's it. When someone frustrates you, what you gonna do? What do? We pause, right? When fear shows up, what do? We choose faith, right? When negativity, I don't even like the word. I can't stand being around a negative person, bro. ugh, I don't like negativity. It give me bubble guts. It make my stomach hurt. I don't like it. But when negativity shows up, what do? I'm going to tell you what I do. I become the peace that I wish was already there in that space. I become the peace. I pause and I breathe. And I remove all the negative thoughts that I'm having about the negative issue or the negative person, right? I become the peace that I wish was already there. That's what you do. Become the peace that you wish was already there. Because transformation isn't something that suddenly just happens to you. No. It's something that you practice until it becomes who you are. So I'd love to hear from you. Please comment down below. I want to hear it. What's one choice you're committing to making differently this week? Just one choice. And I want you to leave it in the comment section in order to encourage one another. I want you to say a little something and even offer words of encouragement to those that comment below as well. And remember, every small choice carries energy. Every one of them. Choose intentionally, choose love, choose growth, and as always, stay in your vibe. I love you guys. Bye.